the first thing I want to stress is that noni in We Love Noni is organic. So that distinguishes it, number one. Number two, it's using the whole pulp. It's using the puree. It's using the skin. Because that's very important when I go quoting the things that distinguish us. And the third distinction is vitally important, and that is the whole fermentation. Fermentation. So when humans eat food, we add enzymes to the food in our saliva. So that's digestion. Number one factor is we have enzymes. Number two, the food descends into our stomach, and when it descends into our stomach, it floats around in hydrochloric acid. So number one digestion process is enzymes. Number two is enzymes and hydrochloric acid, turning the food into a liquid. When that happens, there's a trap door that opens in our stomach, and it lets the food in to a big, long thing that looks like a snake. And that engages in squeezing the life out of food, just like a big, long tube of toothpaste. How do you get the toothpaste out of it? You squeeze it and squeeze it. So our third stage of digestion is called peristalsis. So that is the third stage of digestion.
Takie trawienie nazywa się parastazą.
Digestion is the one that is most important to Noni's contribution to our immune system and our overall well-being comes from the pulp fermenting. No pulp.
Fermentált rosztok vannak a noniban, és ha nincs rost, akkor nem jön létre a varázslat.
Ця 100% частина фрукту, ферментуючись, потрапляє у шлунок, і саме таким чином виникає ось ця магія. Якщо
fermentíran,
your tummy tightens up. So it's called the gut brain.
I to je jako dobar naše mikro
contribution that is unique, that this fruit that is a food. Here is a vitamin supplement. Here is a vitamin supplement. These things are made inside in a laboratory with synthetic compounds. So they're chemically made. Noni is made by God's laboratory. The beautiful nature of the beautiful islands in Tahiti. So this is a food. This is not some horrible synthetic supplement. This is a food that nourishes your body with unique compounds that have a huge positive effect on your immune system. So I'm going to go through some of the things. So the plant name is called Morinda citrifolia, if you want to look it up, but it is known as noni. We affectionately call it noni, and we love noni. And if you love something that is special, that means it has earned respect. So why has noni earned my respect? Why has it earned the respect of the people on here this evening? Because we have seen, this is crucial, we have seen the benefits. The benefits. If you purchase a car, you may purchase it because you benefit that it's economically good for you, or that you believe it has safe. These are features that distinguish the benefits that you get from
vonásai, amik megkülönböztetik a te autódat is ezek az előnyök. De milyen előnyök származik a noniból? Ez
We highly recommend people to consume at least 60 mils of it, and you can consume 100 mils of it. You may experience the benefit a lot quicker if you first, when you're introducing it to yourself, if you first take more, and then as you get used to it, you can find the amount that you experience the benefits. So the benefits that we hear mostly are people sleep better, they feel better, and they have more energy. Well, the fact that you sleep better has a huge impact on your overall health. During sleep at night, the human brain does a very important thing. It does a glymatic flush. It does a flush. And it only does that when we get into a nice deep sleep. So when Noni improves your sleep, it improves your overall health. I don't know, in the lovely countries that all you guys come from, if you have the same sayings as my granny would have had, but my granny would have said, a good night's sleep is better than a trip to the doctor. I don't know how well that translates for you guys, but a good night's sleep is better than a trip to the doctor. So when Noni improves our sleep, that has a vital knock-on effect on our health. So Morinda citrifolia is known as Noni, and it contains a diverse of unique ingredients. So you're not going to get them in your apple, and you're not going to get them in your melon, as good as these things are for you. And we encourage everybody to have a variety of good things into your body. So some of the compounds that are highlighted in the scientific world are anthraquinones. These are compounds that are known to be anti-inflammatory. Now, the number one cause of death in the world is heart disease. So what happens to heart is that it becomes inflamed, and the cardiovascular system becomes clogged up. And we have lots of scientific evidence to show that these unique compounds are doing what we expect the world of science is revealing that they do for us. So these unique compounds are anti-inflammatory, they're antimicrobial, they stop nasty things growing inside you. So these are unique. Some of the iridoids, they contribute to our overall health. So when the noni is growing in Tahiti, I have been in the islands of Tahiti, and they are incredibly beautiful. And I live in a lovely country called Ireland, and Ireland is a very beautiful place. But we think Ireland is green until you go to Tahiti and see the way it rains. It is extremely wet in Tahiti. It is extremely hot in Tahiti. This is very important when it comes to the iridoids, to the unique compounds because of the plant growing in Tahiti. So when the plant grows in Tahiti, the plant is baking in the hot sun. So the plant makes iridoids that protect the plant from the severity of extremes, like very dry, very wet, very hot. So the plant has developed a defense mechanism, and science has identified that these defense mechanisms are hugely beneficial for you and me, but those are only unique to the noni grown in Tahiti because of the extreme conditions. The plant has to develop protection mechanisms because its goal is to reproduce. It's to survive the summer. So scientists have identified that these unique iridoids are very beneficial for your health and for my health. And the plant has unusual flavonoids. Now, I don't know whether I'm going to be able to do this or not, but this is a bowl of tomatoes. And I put them in here to give you an illustration about the next unique compound, which are called polysaccharides. Polysaccharides. And these unique compounds in the noni, there are lots of different oligosaccharides as well, and I will come to those as well to try and help you understand why it's special and precious to us. So please stretch your imagination now. I want you to imagine that this is a cell in your body. So a cell has a membrane that keeps it together, So this is the membrane. And inside in the cell, you have several mitochondria. You have mitochondria. What are mitochondria? They're the powerhouse of the cell. They're what gives the cell energy. So whatever city you live in, it has a powerhouse, and that supplies the electricity to your city. But each cell in the human body has several powerhouses, and these oligosaccharides, they're very clever compounds. First of all, they help the membrane to absorb them. So they help to get into the cells. You'll hear an awful lot of people talking about detox. But the most advantageous way you can have of getting bad out of your body is to get good in. So what these oligosaccharides are doing is they are helping the cells to get good into the body. So the membrane, these oligosaccharides, they help the goodness to go into the cell, and they activate the powerhouse of the cells. This is so important when it comes to your intelligence, when it comes to the brain cells. So if you were flying on an airplane in over a city, you might see that half the lights are off in the city. So what I am suggesting is that there are unique compounds in the noni that help your brain cells to activate, to regulate. So the mitochondria in your cells are activated by these precious compounds like the oligosaccharides that take the nutrients in. So they help the membrane of the cell to take good in. What does that do? It drives bad out. So when we get the good in the forms of hydration, we dehydrate too quickly. Your bones, the rubbery material in between your bones, they get too dehydrated. So all these vital elements in your body, these compounds in the noni, they help with hydration to stop your bones rubbing off each other, to have them flexible, to anti-inflammatory. So the noni has these unique compounds that come from the whole pulp by the fermentation. So when it gets down into the fermentation, that is when your body produces things that are called short chain fatty acids. Short chain fatty acids. Now people go out into health shops and they buy supplements called probiotics. And probiotics are very, very expensive. And probiotics, you read on the box that it has 58 billion. And that sounds like a lot. In fact, it is a lot. If I put 58 million up on the table for you to count. There's a lot of counting in it. So if you had 58 billion, that's a phenomenal amount. So the point I'm making is when the noni does its magic in our gut microbiome, we produce these short chain fatty acids in the trillions, So people are looking at the noni with a magnifying glass to see what is in it, when really it is what it does. It's like a key. It's like a computer. And I will come to that in a moment and explain that it's what it is doing for us. It's not what it is. You can look at it with all the magnifying glasses and microscopes you like, but the magic happens in your gut microbiome, where it improves the overall body's health. Because what happens, noni is what we call a prebiotic. So the whole body of science is pointing out that probiotics that you purchase, you take them, but your body does not recognize them because your body did not make them. But when you consume noni and it gets down to the gut microbiome, where the flora down there, where the fermentation happens, it creates prebiotics in the trillions, So that is why people are feeling the benefits. So you purchase clothes that they keep you warm. So people purchase noni because they experience benefits. And it's the benefits that make us loyal to it. So I have been involved with noni for over 25 years. And I've had a very rich experience. And I've observed it changing and touching the lives of so many people. But here we are now with We Love Noni. And I am so proud to be working with We Love Noni because they have taken the time to do things properly. They have gone and sourced noni that is organic. They have made sure that the whole pulp, the noni puree, is in it. And they have made sure that it is fermented properly so that you get the benefits. So what we have in We Love Noni is a huge advancement of the old experience we had, because it is hugely enhanced. And when you pour it out, you can see that the fiber and that the pulp and the puree is in it. So it has got the magic in it. It has got the magic in it. So these short chain fatty acids, they go around your body and they eat up bad things that are happening in your body. They eat up inflammation. We have cells in our body, and these cells are called zombie cells. So inside in the cells of our body, we can have cells that are not functioning for our best advantage. They are not doing and serving us well. So they're called zombie cells. I know it's going to be very difficult without getting into heavy science to explain to you, but when the noni does the magic inside in our gut microbiome, these short chain fatty acids, they go around eating up these useless cells. And that makes room for your body to produce better cells. And noni is like a powerful jigsaw puzzle. It has lots of pieces to it. And these pieces help your body and my body to make better cells. So short chain fatty acids, they help our body to eat up cells that could go to the dark side, that could become very problematic and could become cancerous. So these short chain fatty acids are like hungry dogs looking for their food. And when we drink noni, because we are getting the pulp, it goes into our gut microbiome and it creates these things, and we get what we call the gut-brain connection. So I want to move on to some of the compounds that are in the noni. Do you know that there are essential fatty acids? Now, why do they call them essential fatty acids? Is it because they are an option? Well, they can't be an option if they're essential. So when we consume noni, we get essential fatty acids only from the pulp and the skin. No puree, no essential fatty acids. And these essential fatty acids, they contain linolenic acid and olenic acid. These are vital for your skin. People that drink noni, after a while, they notice that their skin is better. So these essential fats are vital for our immune system. They are vital for our body's defense mechanism. So can you picture a castle? Can you picture a castle? A castle has different gates in it. And the castle would have had people outside the gate. They're called gatekeepers. They block bad things going into your body. And you have lots of openings in your body, like your mouth and your nose and your ear and your eyes. And these essential fatty acids help our defense mechanism. So if they're essential, then it is important that you're getting them. And when we drink noni, it has got these vital elements that protect our body. They're called the iridoids, and the vitamins and the minerals. They are all contained in the food, because food is meant to nourish and support our immune system. But these unusual compounds, because it comes from an unusual source and it's grown in an unusual environment. So it's not ordinary, it's extraordinary, and it's extra special because it contains such complexities. If you're driving a modern car, you will have a computer that controls the fuel. So then out on the engine, you'll have a computer that controls the fuel that goes into the engine in your car. The human body has a supercomputer, and noni has elements in it, these vital elements, these amino acids. They're types of protein. We could do a whole video on the special proteins in noni that help to influence our supercomputer or brain. So noni has these amino acids and vital vitamins and minerals. One of the biggest problems in society is sugar. People are plagued with sugar cravings, and they're plagued with all sorts of health challenges to do with the lack of minerals. The mineral I'm referring to is chromium. And remember I said earlier that when noni was created by volcanic activity, the minerals are micronized. They are smaller than they would be in other environments. That means the fruit can get enriched with a bigger variety of minerals. That's why olive oil from volcanic regions are so expensive. That's why fruit grown in volcanic is so full, dense is the word in English. It's so full of so many foods. And chromium is a mineral that is vital and essential for the body's regulation of energy. Just like your car has to have the fuel regulated in it, your body and mine are lacking. So chromium is vital and essential for the body's ability to regulate energy. Chromium is a mineral that plays a crucial role in the metabolism and insulin sensitivity. When we get older, our pancreas produces insulin, but our body doesn't utilize it. The word is insulin resistant. We don't make use of it. So the chromium and other compounds that I will come to in just a minute, they help with the utilization of energy. Out of all the components in food, sugar and processed foods are responsible for so many people's bad health. And noni is all the people we are sharing it with, diabetics come back on a regular basis and tell us the wonderful experience that they are getting with the noni regulating their energy. So chromium helps the body to regulate sugar by enhancing insulin sensitivity. Chromium improves the signaling system. So your body, it's like you pressed the remote control and the television didn't get the signal. Your body is producing insulin, but it's not making use of it. But the noni has got a chromium that is highly available. Please be very careful of chromium in supplement form. Chromium in supplement form has been made in a man-made laboratory, so they have altered the nature of it. So vitamin supplements can have lots of negative damaging effects on your body, and chromium is a metal that you do not want to be interfering with. So the noni, it occurs naturally, and it is micronized because of the volcanic, and your body can make use of it, unlike the harmful chromium in supplement form. Now, I know because of the language, I want to talk to you guys to put this into the internet in your language. It's the big capital letter NRF2. And that is a nuclear factor. NRF2, you put it into your own language and you put it into your own search engine, into Google or into AI, and you will be incredibly impressed when you discover that the noni fruit helps your body to produce these compounds. And these compounds, they up-regulate your body. They make your body more intelligent, the immune system more intelligent. Remember I said that if you had a castle and the castle had gates going into it and you had gatekeepers, if you put a bucket over the gatekeeper's head, he wouldn't see what's going in and out. And when the human immune system is in trouble, very often medications suppress it. But what noni does is it makes the immune system stronger and more alert, that it can see bad things that are coming into your body and it deals with it before it becomes a problem. So when you look up NRF2, it is a protein that plays a crucial role in the body's defense mechanism. So the gatekeepers are made more intelligent. I go into health shops and pharmacies, and I see the word boost your immune system. Do you know that that would be a very harmful thing to do? You do not want to boost your immune system. When you have a problem, the doctor gives you an antihistamine, he gives you an antibiotic. So the doctor is trying to dampen down the immune system because the immune system is making mistakes. So the last thing you want to do is to boost something that is making mistakes. So we have the science. That is why we're so proud of this. That this NRF2, it makes your immune system stronger. It makes your immune system more intelligent by a thing called upregulating. I don't know whether to give you this illustration or not because I'm worried about the translation, but I'm going to have a go. If you went to a busy airport and the traffic is coming in and out and in and out, and the people in the airport are trying to regulate the speed in which the airplanes come in and go out. And if you had a dimmer switch and you turned down the lights that were telling the airplane to go in and go out, the traffic would all get very congested. But what if you could just turn it up just a tiny little bit? And that is what Noni does for your brain and mine. It up-regulates the sharpness of thoughts, helping your children to have clearer thoughts. By regulating sugar, glucose, unregulated, causes fogginess. You wake up in the morning and your head's not clear. Noni helps to give you a clearer, more upregulated activity because of these vital, unusual elements that are not in common fruits. So NFR2 is, remember I said with the car that you had a computer that controls the fuel? When you Google NRF2, you will find out that it's a master regulator. That in your car, inside in the car, out of the weather, they will have a master computer that controls everything. So Noni has a knock-on effect because it's a master regulator, not just regulating one aspect of your energy. So if you Google, you will be as excited as I am because it helps to protect cells from damage. So remember I said inside you have the mitochondria? So Noni helps us to produce things called nitric oxide, which is an incredible influence on our cell mitochondria. If we can protect, and Noni is a cell protector, if we protect the mitochondria, you slow down aging. Yes. So when we said feel 10 years younger, science is on our side saying that. By having cell protection, particularly mitochondria, these are the powerhouses of your cells. That's why athletes love Noni. So one of the major factors that upsets people is that their bodies become overstressed. So Noni is a powerful adaptogen. Adaptogens are natural compounds. You might have heard of ginseng. So if a female's hormones were out of control, we would give them Korean ginseng. If an athlete wanted to perform better, we would give him ginseng as an adaptogen. So you have Korean ginseng and Siberian ginseng. The point I'm making is that there are natural adaptogens, but Noni is a superior natural adaptogen because if your blood pressure was high, it would bring it down. And if your blood pressure was low, it would help to bring it up. And we have science to show that noni helps to regulate the cardiovascular system, that it improves our cholesterol. So there are a multitude of things that noni really helps to do. So cellular longevity is one of the highlights of NRF2. So I've mentioned lots of unusual things that the noni juice do, but I'd like you the takeaway is the benefits, that your body is going to benefit from the noni. And it benefits from the noni in a variety of ways because of these collection of these unusual components that come from this amazing fruit. So as a super adaptogen, it helps our body to regulate stress. Stress is a major cause of people's health falling apart. So noni helps our body to cope. In Ireland, we have lots of super racehorses, and these people give the noni to the racehorse to reduce their stress levels, because racehorses are known for having high stress levels. So noni helps your body. With my daughters are very busy, and they come and they say, Dad, I just have been overworking and I'm exhausted. What can you give me? I said, you know that there is one. When you hit rock bottom, you know there's one solid thing that you can depend on. So I give my girls a bottle of noni, because they're special to me, because they're my daughters, and I want them to have the best. And we would love you to have the best. And it's a privilege to be working with We Love Noni. Ivan and Esther were over here recently, and they were an enormous help for the people in Ireland that want to start distributing We Love Noni. It's lovely to be a part of this beautiful community, because it's a collective effort that we're all working together to help our loved ones. We want our families to have the best. And I am confident. I have been 25 years with a love affair with noni. It has earned my respect, and I wanted to earn your respect, but it can't do that inside in the bottle. So we want you to have the magic of magical noni. It has been very appropriately named magical noni. So in the 25 years that I'm associated with noni, this is by far the best I have ever experienced. I'm so happy to be able to share the joy of sharing a product that works. And thank you for making me part of your community. And I would love, and I am going to share this with my friends. And I'm delighted to be with you guys tonight. And I'm keeping an eye on the clock here, and we're just in finishing up. The most strongest part of our experience are the stories that people tell us. And that is why we have so much confidence in this product. The science is real, the product is real, the company are doing an amazing job at making it available in such a short space of time to all these countries. It's wonderful to see that We Love Noni is available, and that you and I can share and benefit in such a positive way. The power of the science with it, and I would love you to do some research yourself and to see the power of We Love Noni and that your families can benefit like my family and friends have.